Hello, hello, welcome back to another episode of I Captain of My Ship. Today I like to share with you what the miracle was. After 5 years of our divorce, something that happened I thought that would never ever happen, but it happened. And I'm so thankful to share this with you because I want to be an example of hope. And I know every situation is different and yes, every person is different. So I just can't speak for you, but I can speak for myself, what happened in my situation. And after working at myself as captain of my ship and learning how to deal with my emotions and get over certain things, uh, um, I was able to react a totally different way than I would ever expect after 5 years. But before I start to tell you more about the story, true story happened this week. Uh, Actually happened 2 weeks ago, and the result was this week. Before I tell more about it, I like to remind you of the workshop I will give in a few weeks from now. An information workshop about space for emotions and limits for behavior when you raise children. It can be a tough time, and I like to share some information about it and hope to see you there. Okay, that's it for now. I like to share 2 weeks ago, I think about 2 weeks ago, I got a message from the father of the children. He he sent me a text message. Can we have a call about the birthday of our youngest daughter? She'll become 18. The 13th of April is her birthday. So I said, okay, yes. And then I thought, then of course, here's the model again. It was just a circumstance. He was sending me a text message. And I was able to see, like, oh, my thought was, okay, he's trying to talk about the birthday of our youngest daughter. And since he does not live in the Netherlands, he moved away. He lives in Colombia with his new wife. So I thought, oh, wonder what he wants to talk about. So I was curious. That was my thought. And that thought produced my feelings, like curious, like, okay, he wants to talk about our youngest daughter's birthday. Okay. And that generated the action that I said, yes, of course we can call. We can call on a certain time and day, of course, because big different time zones we have. So we made an appointment to talk together. And that was the result. We had a talk together. And it was a good talk. We were just talking about normal stuff. Um, how I was doing. I was doing fine. How he was doing, a time difference, and just ordinary stuff. And then he said, yes, I wanted to talk about the birthday. She invited me and my wife to a birthday party. Are you aware of that? And if we come to the Netherlands to celebrate it with her, are we welcome? It was organized at my house, so the family would come to my house. So I said, so again, because after so much work, I was able to see that, yes, it's a circumstance, it's a fact. He's coming, yes, or he's coming, no. Well, if he is coming, then I know that it will make my daughter really, really, really happy. I know she misses her dad every day, so it would really mean a lot for her. And if he is not coming because I'm not ready for it or I don't want it she will miss him. I know she will miss him. So then for her, I would do it. But then I also had to tune in with myself. Am I ready for it? I said, yes, it looks good. I'm fine with it actually. It's okay. It's good to see that he wants to come over to see our daughter. It's of course also his daughter. So why not celebrate together? I think it's a good idea. So I was able, after all those years, to um, yeah, to have this talk and to welcome them. And they came over to the Netherlands. They really booked a flight. So I was surprised because it's quite expensive to come all of a sudden to the Netherlands. It's quite a distance, but they came. And then um, it was they were invited to the family birthday on Sunday. So both his whole family would come. First time after 5 years, I would see the father of the children, his wife, and his whole family. And my whole family would be there. So this was quite a change. So I also informed my family so that you are aware that um, the family of the father of children is coming and the new wife is coming, so that you are aware that there are more people coming, so they would all know that this was going to happen. And since I live in a quite small house that is not capable of having so many people in my house, it's too small for that, two big families. So I said, oh, okay, maybe it's a good idea to look at other location. So my parents were open to celebrate it at their house. They have a big house. So we were all welcome there, and both families were okay to celebrate it at my parents' house. So that's where we would all meet. But before that event took place, they were already in the Netherlands. And her actually birthday of our daughter was Thursday, 13th of April. And I organized a dinner for myself and the children and the boyfriend, girlfriends, and my parents. That's what I organized. And then it was asked if the father of the children and his wife could also join. And it's like, okay, I was not expecting it, but how would my daughter react? How would it be for her? This would really be a surprise. She knew about Sunday, she would see her father and his wife, but she didn't know about her birthday. So that would be a real surprise for her. Am I ready? Yes, it feels okay. I worked enough on myself. I'm totally okay. I'm fine with it. I'm good to see them both. So yes, they were welcome. So when we were going to a restaurant. So we were sitting there all together. Also the father of the children and his wife, and me and my parents and the other children were already waiting for my youngest daughter to enter the restaurant. And when she came in together with her boyfriend, she saw her dad and she started to cry. She was so emotional. She was so happy to see her dad and his wife sitting at the table in peace and just talking with me and my parents and just be at peace and being able to just talk normal as adults, as grown-ups, I would say. And she cried out of joy. And I will never forget that moment. How much it meant to my daughter to have both parents in the same room, living at peace with one another. Afterwards, my oldest son called me, and he was emotional too. Happy, so happy that both his parents were finally ready to move on as father and mother of the children. And we would come together and be at peace. Especially for my oldest son, who will marry coming July. It was so good to see. He said, now I can have my wedding knowing that I can invite both my parents and the new wife of the father, of course, and we're all at peace. And when we met on Sunday with both families, it was a happy gathering. I was so happy to see the other side of the family again after so many years. I had really missed them. I had always had a good bond with them. So it was good to see them and to hug the wife of the father of the children, to hug the father of the children, to be at full peace. And I can say that there was so much love in that room, in my parents' house. So much, I don't know how to describe, but it was good. There was so much peace. It was something 5 years ago I could not imagine, but it is possible. And I hope to inspire you that sometimes you're at a low point and you cannot see how future will be, and you never know because everything is different, every situation is different, of course. But I hope to give you, I want to share some hope that it is possible to feel love, for both parties to come together, to forgive about the past. Things that happened, and we cannot change things that happened. We can move forward if we want, and if we are ready to move on. It is possible, and it is worth, because the children are, oh, undescribable at peace. And finally a lot of burdens comes from their shoulder, a lot of weight comes from their shoulder, now that we as a parents are able to sit in the same room, hug each other, love each other, and respect each other for the way we are, and at the who we are, who we became after 5 years of divorce. So that's it for today. I hope it inspired you, and keep moving forward. You never know what miracles can happen in future. Okay, that's it for today. Thumbs up if you liked it. That's it. Talk to you next time. Bye bye.